SirWicknel vazviita zvakare this time vagifta Aaron ChiunduraMoyo nemota pamwe chete ne50,000 early Christmas present. Hanzi diraiwo fiwe muchimhanya ukuwo vari kunzi SirWicknel vakaedza kuget crusher meeting yaPresident Mnangagwa naDangote vasvika vakabata kakaki envelope vachiitira kuti vawane mapicture asi zvinonzi vakarambidzwa kupinda mukati. Kare Cooksman abva aita a commentary on SirWicknel akati vaexpose weaknesses akawanda evarume vekuZimbabwe avo vanofarira kuita kutevera senhunzi panhingirikini kane vachikuzirira SirWicknel kuti vapuwe mari. Ukuwo kwozoitawo King munhu mutapa vedu aiwa vasungwa vapiwa 8 months muprison mushure mekuita self-proclamation and undermining the authority of the president. Welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Kune vaya vanofarira manovels andei the novel narrative mabhuku enyu ari ikoko. Regai timanye tipinde munyaya yedu. Celebrating a film and arts guru. The history of Zimbabwean film and arts industry is incomplete without mentioning arguably the most popular soap on ZTV Studio 263. I vividly remember every Monday, Wednesday and Friday evening was each an episode of real drama, laughter and surprises from this opera. On other days, the pulsating TV series Triparendo kept us glued to the television, learning the deep heritage of our tradition and culture. At school, shona novels such as Wakandicheka Nerakagomara and Nguo Dzouswa were our set books at O level. One common person in all these TV drama series and novels is veteran actor, renowned scriptwriter, award-winning broadcaster, and cultural architect Aaron ChiunduraMoyo. This is an extraordinary man who for decades carried the torch of our film and arts industry at a time when cameras were fewer and technology was not advanced. Yet this man wrote, directed and produced timeless scripts and local drama series aired on ZTV, which remain the envy of many even to date. This is a man who shaped the narrative of Zimbabwe theatre and television. He was the brainchild and scriptwriter of ZBC hits such as Studio 263, Chioko Mohomwe, Zvirimudendere, and has written more than 20 novels, most of which have become part of the educational curriculum in our schools. This is an achievement which deserves proper recognition and celebration. Today, I wish to extend my humble token of appreciation to the GOAT, Aaron ChiunduraMoyo. Please go and see Victor on Monday at Exquisite Car Dealership, 29 Mazowe Street, Nakona Josiah Tongogara, and collect your brand new 2025 Fortuna 4x4 GD6, which has been fully paid for. In addition, you will get 50,000 in cash for fuel and to spoil yourself with an early Christmas. Yours is a very rare gift and talent from God. Continue to mentor the next generation of film producers, actors, artists, broadcasters, and the young creative minds who aspire to reach your veteran heights of excellency. I salute you. Hashtag Aaron ChiunduraMoyo. Hashtag Shona Novels. Hashtag Studio 263. So guys, mangwe wena GD6 iya yekuzombopedza tugumwe twavanhu aiwa vachiundura vaipiwa mwari vawedzere patapudzwa. Regai tingoverenga comment 1 tobva tasiyana nenyaya yacho. So pane vanyorawo asi pavanyora apa vamwe vabva vati hamusi kuzama kuzviwanirawo here mota. Vanyorawo vakati a reflection on SirWicknel. Ladies and gentlemen, many people have their own opinions about Sir, but allow me to share my personal view from what I have seen and observed. SirWicknel is a truly good man, a man guided by wisdom, faith, and prayer. Before making any move in life, he seeks God first. He is a true prayer warrior. That is one of the main reasons we see him walking in company of great leaders, including African presidents. The grace he carries speaks for himself. God continues to open doors for him, doors that no man can close. Nothing can bring him down unless it is by God's will. One of the greatest secrets behind his success is that he never forgets where he comes from. He secures his roots by taking care of his family. He ensures that his loved ones, his wife Lulu, his brothers and his relatives, live well and have what they need. He creates opportunities for them, and because of that, when they pray for him from the heart. Their prayers strengthened his blessings. I once saw him visiting his mother's grave, and I was deeply moved. The place was well kept, beautiful, peaceful, almost like a museum. Even in heaven, his mother must be smiling, proud of the man his son has become. His blessings overflow because he honors his parents, even after their passing. Indeed, God listens to such acts of love and remembrance. SirWicknel is also a devoted member of the Joan Masowe Echishano Church. He gives generously to his church, providing cars, food, buses, and many other forms of support. These members continually lifting him up in prayer, asking God to bless him even more abundantly. Beyond his family and church, SirWicknel extends his generosity to the wider community. He gives cars and support musicians, helps those in need. This is what we call Ubuntu, the spirit of humanity and sharing. So, the next time someone questions the source of his wealth, let it be known. The source of SirWicknel's success is God. His blessings come from above, strengthened by prayer, humility, and giving. So ndo maonero ari kuita ava bamnini vanyora nyaya yavo. There is an element of truth. If you are a giver, hanzi rwizi runodaritsa ruchidira mune rumwe mune dzimwe nzizi gunoramba kuchingowana something. Ndiri munhu wekumidlands guys, ndikati rwizi ndo rwakuda kuti gwizi zvakaoma kani. Tirega timanyire panyaya yedu inotevera iri mumastreets umu. Rumor has it that tenderpreneur Wicknel Chivayo get crashed StateHouse in Harare in a desperate bid to attend the meeting between President Emmerson Mnangagwa and Nigerian billionaire Aliko Dangote to sign a $1 billion investment deal, but was barred from the event. The incident left Mnangagwa's security and protocol team fretting, and those attending the event bewildered. Chivayo had lied to his hangers-on that he was going to meet Dangote to sign a mega deal, and officials were waiting for him at StateHouse. His social media hacks started posting false stories about the issue, with the narrative that he had an appointment with Mnangagwa and Dangote. Chivayo used that false claim to worm his way into StateHouse to try crash the meeting for a photo opportunity, as there was no business deal between him and Dangote. Before that, Chivayo had begged state officials and organizers to attend the event, but was rebuffed. Apart from Mnangagwa and Dangote, the meeting was attended by cabinet ministers, government officials, and business executives. Chivayo, who had expressed public ambitions to be a billionaire and always hobnobs with presidents in Africa, the rich people whenever he gets a chance, stormed StateHouse uninvited and tried to crash the meeting, but was stopped dead in his tracks by Mnangagwa's aides, including his son Sean, who is part of the close security unit, and turned him away. It was drama, a spectacle. Chivayo was not invited to the meeting. He had spent some time trying to convince the president's protocols and security teams that he should be allowed to attend the meeting. He begged for days, but all in vain. He badly wanted to see Dangote and pitch his quick-back schemes, but as usual, he had also seen a big photo opportunity for himself, so he contrived to deceive or scam his hangers-on state officials. All he wanted was to be seen with Dangote to enhance his status in the process of scamming people that he is signing deals with the richest man in Africa, wealthiest black person in the world. Chivayo likes Dangote, but for his interest. Yes, he truly admires him, but the difference is that one is a genuine businessman and the other is a tenderpreneur. Their business models, values, and ambitions are so different and not aligned at all. One is building generational wealth, the other one is looking for tenders, fame, and flamboyance for temporary gratification. A senior government official who attended the meeting told News Hawks, Chivayo's plan this time failed. He had plotted this after failing to get invited to the meeting. Under false pretenses, he then negotiated his way at the security gate into the StateHouse, which is also a security breach, I am told, and tried to force his way into the meeting, but he was stopped. He was told it was not possible to attend because he was not invited. His attempt to name drop the president was promptly and curtly rejected. He was told to go away, so he was embarrassed and humiliated. Journalists covering the event say they saw Chivayo walking towards State House offices after parking his car. Akasenga a brown envelope, but it soon came clear he was trying to crash the meeting. Zvakaitika izvi haana kuzokwanisa kupinda mukati. After the drama, he walked away with his tail between his legs. Ndobva adecide hake kunopa Aaron ChiunduraMoyo kuita turn the attention from the scandal, because vanhu vanga varipo pasecurity vaitozoburitsa nyaya iyi. Hezvi inyaya yatova mumastreets, asi vamwe vanonyanyisa kuziva internal affairs izvi vari kuti I disagree. He's always against the State House. Why would he sweet talk his way when they know him there? And above all, he can meet Dangote anywhere at any time. And he was one of the role players in bringing Dangote in Zimbabwe. It's his time to shine. I'm so sure if you were in his shoes, you were going to do the same. If you are talking business na Dangote Bamnin, you must follow protocols. Dangote is the richest African billionaire and his wealth doesn't stay in the pocket. Hard like Chivayo try next time. Dangote is a professional businessman. He handles his things professionally. That's why the finance minister was there. This is not the president's birthday party you can just go to without invitation. So vamwe vari kumirana vachivayo, vamwe vachiti aiwa mukomana akakaura. Imi regai ndisa comment. Then Cooksman adecide iye kunyora nyaya yake. Akati iye toda kutenda SirWicknel kuexposa varume vekuZimbabwe. We grew up tichingozvitora nyore kuti madzimai vanoita zvechibishu. But honestly, dei varume ava vaiva madzimai aiwa dai vari mumastreets. The number of men who suddenly started liking Wicknel ever since the car giveaway, it's alarming. It shows that human nature always look for the easiest path to success. I want to take this moment to appreciate all the women who chose hard work over Zechibishu. It must be difficult to keep yourself pure when you know that just going to the clubs could get you plenty of money. But I never expected the same from men. We all know Wicknel Chivayo's money is not from hard work. Tinonyatsozviziva guys kuti mari iri kusukwa. We all know why these cars and cash are being given out. Even when there are so many pressing issues in our country, it's sad to see men who should be questioning this nonsense. Vachienda kunonanzva munhu akadai. The same people responsible for their poverty. But again, thanks kuna Chivayo, I now have a better understanding of human nature. So avanti vari kunyorawo vachiti varume vakunyadzisa maitiro avo ekumanya vachikumbira mota kuna Chivayo. Hazvichaiti zvakanaka, tichindovharisa. Self-styled King Munumutapa convicted and jailed. A man from Harare, anozviti King Munumutapa, with supposed powers to appoint and dethrone traditional chiefs across Zimbabwe, has been convicted of undermining the authority of the president and sentenced to 10 months in prison by Harare Magistrate Sharon Rakafa. 2 months have been suspended on condition of good behavior, leaving the king to serve an effective 8 months sentence. Timothy Chiminya claimed that his title and authority were conferred by a spirit medium, allegedly empowering to install and remove traditional chiefs. However, the court found his actions unlawful and in breach of Zimbabwean constitution and the Traditional Leaders Act, which vests such authority on president only. During mitigation, Chiminya's lawyer, a Gift Mutesi, argued that his client was a first-time offender who had fully complied with all bail conditions. He pleaded for leniency, requesting a non-custodial sentence, which was strongly opposed by prosecutor Ms. Dzidzai Josiah, arguing that Chiminya's behavior demonstrated high moral culpability. The court heard that in February last year, Chiminya visited Chief Seke's homestead in Dema and declared that the chief has been dethroned. He then installed Masimbaru Batika as the new Chief Seke. Further investigations revealed that June 11 and October 31 of the same year, Chiminya unlawfully appointed 3 additional chiefs in Chirumanzu, Zaka, and the other areas without any legal authority. These appointments included Julius Chimbi as Chief Chigwegwe, Hamapiki as another Chief in Chirumanzo, and Chief Nyakunua in Zaka, Masungo Province. Chief Chimanike, the traditional Chief Seke, reported Chiminya's action to the Minister of Local Governance, Dokubanya Yatongo Putika. So Tana Kingi Mutapa, Asizaramba guys, Kingi Vedu, wa behind the bars as we speak. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and comment.